July is here, and if you have been looking at your front yard and feeling like something is missing, like it could look so much more beautiful, so much more polished, and so much more impressively designed than it currently does, then today's video is the answer you have been waiting for. Because here is something that professional garden designers know, and that most homeowners have never been told. The difference between a front yard that looks ordinary and a front yard that looks genuinely expensive almost always comes down to one thing and one thing only: the right plants in the right containers, placed in exactly the right positions. And July, despite what a lot of people believe, is actually a fantastic month to be planting perennials in containers, because the warm, settled conditions of midsummer encourage fast establishment and rapid growth. That means your containers will be looking lush, full, and impressively beautiful in a remarkably short period of time. Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into these 10 incredible decorative container perennials, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please hit that subscribe button right now and make sure you tap that bell icon so that every new video we upload comes straight to your notifications and you never miss a single one. We create regular content covering container gardening, front yard design, plant guides, and outdoor styling inspiration that is designed to help every homeowner create a beautiful and impressively presented outdoor space, regardless of budget or experience level. Okay, let's go to the video. Now let us talk honestly about something that affects every single homeowner who cares about the appearance of their property, and that is the question of how to make your front yard look genuinely expensive without actually spending a fortune to achieve it. The front yard is the public face of your home. It is what the world sees every single day, and the impression it makes on every person who looks at it has a real and measurable impact on the perceived value and quality of your property. Studies on real estate consistently show that well-maintained and beautifully planted front yards can add significant perceived value to a home, while poorly planted or neglected front yards can subtract from it just as powerfully. The challenge is that most homeowners do not have the budget for a professional landscape makeover every season, and the options that do fit the budget often end up looking exactly like the budget they were created with. Cheap plants in cheap containers, placed without any design thought, create a front yard that looks cheap, regardless of how much effort went into them. But here is the key insight that changes everything. Expensive-looking front yards are not built with expensive plants. They are built with the right plants chosen for their inherent design qualities, their bold ornamental impact, their architectural presence, and their ability to work together in combinations that look deliberately curated and professionally designed. And perennials in particular are one of the smartest investments you can make in your front yard, because you plant them once and they come back year after year, getting more beautiful and more impressive every single season. Let us get straight into it. Starting our list at number 1, we have Heuchera, also known as coral bells. Heuchera earns the top spot on today's list because it is without question the single most reliably designer-quality plant available to container gardeners, and the reason professional garden designers reach for it again and again and again is because it delivers a level of visual sophistication and ornamental impact that is simply unmatched by any other foliage plant at its price point. Heuchera produces large mounding clumps of beautifully textured and deeply lobed leaves in the most extraordinary range of colors available in any container plant. Deep burgundy, rich caramel bronze, bright chartreuse lime, cool silver purple, warm peachy coral, and stunning multicolored varieties with intricate veining, marbling, and metallic sheen effects that look so beautiful and so complex that people genuinely cannot believe they are looking at a naturally occurring leaf rather than something that has been artificially colored or painted. What makes Heuchera so particularly outstanding as a front yard container plant is that it delivers this stunning ornamental impact not just for a few weeks during a flowering season, but every single day, from the moment it emerges in spring to the final days of fall. The foliage is the show, and it runs continuously all season long without any gap or interruption in its visual impact. This means that your front yard containers look beautiful and impressive on every single day of the growing season, rather than just during the brief window when flowers are present. Heuchera also produces slender, elegant flower stems, topped with tiny bell-shaped flowers in spring and early summer that add a further layer of delicate charm to an already extraordinarily beautiful plant. It thrives in partial shade to full sun, depending on the variety, making it wonderfully versatile for different front yard light conditions. And it is remarkably low maintenance, requiring almost nothing in the way of ongoing care to keep looking consistently stunning. Plant Heuchera in a large, high-quality container in a prominent position at your front door or along your front path, and the immediate transformation in the quality and sophistication of your front yard's appearance will genuinely astonish you. The key benefit of Heuchera as a front yard container perennial is the immediate and sustained designer quality impact of its extraordinary foliage color and texture that elevates any container arrangement to a level of visual sophistication that looks genuinely expensive and professionally curated from the very first moment it is planted. Coming in at number 2, we have Agapanthus, also known as Lily of the Nile. Agapanthus is the plant that professional landscape designers use when they want to create a front yard container display that looks genuinely luxurious, genuinely architectural, and genuinely impressive. And it earns that reputation completely, because there is simply nothing else in the container plant world that creates quite the same impact of elegant structural beauty and exotic sophistication that Agapanthus delivers so effortlessly. Agapanthus produces long, strong strap-like leaves of deep glossy green that form bold, upright clumps of architectural foliage, and then from midsummer, it sends up tall, strong flower stems, topped with spectacular globe-shaped flower heads, composed of dozens of individual tubular flowers in the most beautiful shades of deep violet blue, rich royal purple, soft lavender, and pure pristine white. Those globe-shaped flower heads on tall, strong stems are one of the most naturally architectural and most inherently sophisticated floral forms in the entire plant world. They have a quality of bold geometric beauty that looks genuinely designed and genuinely expensive, and when two matching containers of Agapanthus in full bloom are placed symmetrically on either side of a front door, they create an entrance of such elegance and such impressive visual impact that the entire perceived quality of the home is immediately elevated. July is an outstanding time to plant Agapanthus in containers because it is heading into its main blooming season, and the warm midsummer conditions encourage strong establishment and vigorous growth. Agapanthus loves full sun. It is moderately drought-tolerant once established, and it actually performs better when its roots are somewhat confined in a container, rather than spreading freely in open ground, making it a genuinely ideal container plant. The key benefit of Agapanthus as a front yard container perennial is the extraordinary architectural elegance and exotic sophistication of its tall-stemmed globe flower heads that create a front yard container display of such immediate and powerful visual impact that it makes your home look genuinely more expensive, more considered, and more beautifully designed from the very first flowering stem. At number 3, we have Phormium, also known as New Zealand flax. Phormium is the bold architectural statement maker that every front yard container garden needs, and it is a plant that communicates confidence, drama, and genuine design sophistication the moment anyone lays eyes on it. Phormium produces dramatic upright fans of long sword-shaped leaves that shoot straight up from the base of the plant, creating a bold, strong, and immediately eye-catching vertical form that provides the kind of architectural presence in a container that instantly elevates the entire front yard display to a more sophisticated and more impressive design level. The leaf colors available in modern Phormium varieties are nothing short of extraordinary, ranging from deep burgundy red and rich bronze to bright olive green, warm golden yellow, and stunning striped varieties, with multiple colors running in parallel bands along the length of each dramatically long leaf. The architectural quality of Phormium is what makes it such an invaluable front yard container plant, because it provides exactly the kind of strong structural form that gives container displays their visual backbone and their sense of deliberate design intention. When you place a large container of phormium in a prominent front yard position and surround it with lower-growing companion plants that complement its bold colors and strong upright form, the result is a container arrangement of genuine design sophistication that looks like it was created by someone who really knows what they are doing with plants. Phormium is exceptionally tough once established. It handles full sun and coastal winds with remarkable ease. It is very drought-tolerant, and it requires virtually no maintenance beyond the occasional removal of old or damaged leaves to keep it looking pristine and impressively presented. The key benefit of phormium as a front yard container perennial is the powerful architectural statement created by its bold, upright sword-like leaves in dramatic colors that provides the visual backbone and the design confidence that transforms ordinary front yard containers into something that looks genuinely expensive and professionally designed. Moving on to number 4, we have lavender, specifically the phenomenal or hidcoat variety. Lavender in a beautifully chosen container at the front door of a home creates one of the most classically elegant, most universally appealing, and most immediately impressive front yard displays available to any homeowner. And the reason for that is not just the beauty of the flowers or the intoxicating fragrance. It is the combination of all of those qualities together with the inherently neat, compact, and beautifully structured form of a well-grown lavender plant that creates a look of quiet, understated luxury that is one of the most powerful visual signals of a well-tended and genuinely impressive home. The phenomenal and hidcoat varieties are particularly outstanding choices for front yard containers because they offer superior heat and cold tolerance, excellent disease resistance, and a beautifully compact and well-structured form that maintains its attractive mounded shape throughout the growing season without becoming straggly or untidy. Phenomenal lavender in particular is widely regarded as one of the toughest and most reliably beautiful lavender varieties ever developed, making it an outstanding choice for the sometimes exposed and challenging conditions of front yard container gardening. Plant matching containers of lavender on either side of your front door, or use them to line your front path, and the combination of those beautiful purple flower spikes with that sweet, intoxicating fragrance creates a front yard experience that is both visually stunning and sensory unforgettable. Every visitor who approaches your front door through a drift of lavender fragrance will carry the memory of that experience with them long after they have left, and that kind of lasting sensory impression is one of the most powerful indicators of a truly high-quality and beautifully presented home. The key benefit of lavender as a front yard container perennial is its extraordinary combination of iconic beauty, intoxicating fragrance, and inherently elegant compact form that together create a front yard display of quiet, understated luxury that immediately signals quality, care, and genuine horticultural sophistication. At number 5, we have Echinacea, specifically the Sombrero series. The Sombrero series of Echinacea represents one of the most exciting developments in perennial plant breeding of recent years, and it earns its place on this front yard container list because it delivers a level of bold, vibrant, and consistently impressive floral display in containers that is genuinely hard to match at any price point. The Sombrero varieties produce an extraordinary abundance of large, bold flowers in a stunning range of vivid colors, including hot coral, salsa red, tequila sunrise, lemon yellow, and sandy yellow, and they produce these flowers from early summer right through fall in a continuous and prolific display that keeps front yard containers looking vibrant, colorful, and impressively beautiful for months on end without any significant gaps or pauses in the floral show. What makes the Sombrero series particularly outstanding for front yard containers is the sheer volume of flowers each compact plant produces, combined with the rich and vibrant quality of the flower colors that create an immediate and powerful visual impact that is visible from the street. These are not subtle or understated plants. They are bold, confident, and immediately eye-catching in the best possible way. And that quality of bold visual confidence is exactly what makes front yard containers look expensive and impressive, rather than timid and ordinary. The plants are also exceptionally tough, with superior heat tolerance, outstanding drought resistance, and remarkable disease resistance that keeps them looking clean, healthy, and beautiful throughout the entire growing season without requiring any special care or intervention. The key benefit of Sombrero echinacea as a front yard container perennial is the extraordinary bold color impact of its prolific, vibrant blooms, combined with its compact, well-behaved form and exceptional toughness that delivers a front yard container display of genuine visual confidence and impressive seasonal longevity. At number 6, we have salvia, specifically the unplugged or amistad variety. Salvia is a plant that has a naturally architectural and sophisticated quality that makes front yard containers look deliberate, considered, and genuinely expensive, and the unplugged and amistad varieties represent the very best that modern salvia breeding has to offer in terms of garden performance, flower production, and overall visual impact. Amistad, in particular, is one of the most spectacular and most widely admired salvia varieties currently available, producing enormous rich violet-purple flower spikes on strong upright stems that create an immediate and powerful impression of bold design, confidence, and genuine horticultural quality. The flower color of amistad is simply extraordinary. It is one of the richest, deepest, and most saturated purples in the entire plant world, and the size and density of the flower spikes, combined with the strong, upright architectural habit of the plant, creates a front yard container presence that is immediately striking and deeply impressive. The Unplugged series offers similar qualities in a more compact and more container-friendly size, with the additional advantage of a largely self-cleaning habit that means spent flowers drop away cleanly without requiring constant deadheading to keep the plants looking tidy and presentable. Both varieties are outstanding heat performers that thrive in the full sun conditions typical of front yard exposures, and both have relatively low water requirements once established, making them genuinely easy to maintain in the sometimes demanding conditions of midsummer front yard container gardening. Plant matching containers of amistad or unplugged salvia symmetrically at your front door, and the immediate transformation in the sophistication and perceived quality of your front yard display will be nothing short of remarkable. The key benefit of these outstanding salvia varieties as front yard container perennials is their extraordinary architectural presence and rich jewel-toned flower color combined with exceptional heat tolerance and low maintenance requirements that together create a front yard container display of genuine design sophistication and impressive visual impact. At number 7, we have ornamental grasses, specifically Karl Forster feather reed grass. Karl Forster feather reed grass is one of the most celebrated and most widely planted ornamental grasses in the world, and when it is grown in a large statement container at the front of a home, it creates an effect of such distinctive architectural beauty and such confident design sophistication that it immediately sets the property apart from every other home on the street. Karl Forster is a tall, upright ornamental grass that produces narrow, elegant clumps of deep green foliage, from which tall, feathery flower plumes emerge in early summer in shades of soft pink that gradually mature to wheat gold as summer progresses and that remain beautiful and structurally interesting right through fall and into winter, creating one of the longest seasons of ornamental interest of any container plant available. The tall, narrow, upright form of Karl Forster creates a wonderfully elegant and strongly architectural vertical element in front yard container displays that provides height, movement, and a sense of graceful natural dynamism that no flowering plant can quite replicate. The feathery plumes catch and move in even the slightest breeze, creating a quality of gentle natural movement in your front yard containers that is deeply beautiful and that makes the entire display look more alive, more natural, and more beautifully designed than static plants alone can achieve. Plant Karl Forster in large matching containers on either side of your front door, or use a single large specimen as a bold statement centerpiece in a prominent front yard position, and the result will be a front yard display of genuine architectural character and design confidence that looks far more expensive and far more professionally considered than anything else you could achieve with the same investment. The key benefit of Karl Forster feather reed grass as a front yard container perennial is the extraordinary architectural presence and graceful natural movement it brings to front yard containers, combined with its outstanding multi-season ornamental interest that keeps your front yard looking beautiful and impressive from spring right through winter. At number 8, we have Rudbeckia, also known as black-eyed Susan, specifically the Little Gold Star variety. Little Gold Star Rudbeckia is the compact and perfectly container-scaled version of the classic black-eyed Susan, and it is one of the most reliably beautiful, most cheerfully impactful, and most consistently impressive container perennials available for front yard planting this July. It produces an abundance of large golden yellow daisy flowers with striking dark chocolate brown center cones on a beautifully compact and well-behaved mounding plant that fits perfectly into containers of all sizes without outgrowing its space or flopping over the edges in an untidy way. The warm golden color of Little Gold Star flowers creates an immediate and powerful visual warmth that makes front yard containers look vibrant, welcoming, and genuinely alive with color from midsummer right through the entire fall season. The warm golden yellow of Rudbeckia is one of the most design-friendly and most universally appealing flower colors available in any container plant because it works harmoniously with virtually every other plant color it is paired with. It combines magnificently with the deep burgundy foliage of dark heuchera varieties, creating a rich and sophisticated autumn-inspired color palette that looks genuinely luxurious. It pairs beautifully with the cool violet blue of salvia, or agapanthus, creating a complementary color contrast of striking visual impact. And it works wonderfully alongside the steel blue foliage of blue fescue grass, in a warm, cool combination that looks like it was put together by a professional color theorist. Little Gold Star is also exceptionally tough, very heat-tolerant, and wonderfully drought-resistant, making it one of the most reliable and most effortlessly beautiful front yard container perennials available for the challenging conditions of midsummer planting. The key benefit of Little Gold Star Rudbeckia as a front yard container perennial is its perfect combination of warm golden flower color that harmonizes with virtually every other plant on this list, exceptional compact form that is perfectly suited to container growing, and its rock-solid reliability that delivers a long season of cheerful, impressive color with minimal maintenance required. At number 9, we have Festuca glauca, also known as blue fescue. Blue fescue is the container plant that professional garden designers use when they want to add a quality of contemporary sculptural sophistication to a front yard display. And the effect it creates in a beautifully chosen container is one of the most instantly impressive and most immediately designer-quality looks available in the entire container plant world. Blue fescue forms perfectly neat rounded mounds of the most striking steel blue to blue-gray foliage that looks almost metallic in certain light conditions and creates a sculptural quality in containers that is completely unique and unlike anything any flowering plant can replicate. The color is remarkable and genuinely unusual. It exists somewhere between blue, gray, and green in a cool metallic space that is immediately eye-catching and deeply sophisticated looking. From a design perspective, blue fescue adds a textural and color dimension to front yard container arrangements that creates instant visual interest and apparent design expertise, because the cool steel blue tones provide a stunning and highly effective color contrast with virtually every warm-colored flower and foliage plant on today's list. Place a blue fescue between a container of warm golden Rudbeckia and a container of deep burgundy heuchera, and the cool blue tones of the fescue create a beautifully mediated transition between those two warm colors that makes the entire arrangement look like it was color coordinated by a professional. The clean geometric mound form of blue fescue also has a naturally contemporary and architectural quality that adds a sense of modern design intention to front yard containers that makes them look more considered, more expensive, and more impressively presented. The key benefit of blue fescue as a front yard container perennial is the unique sculptural quality and the rare cool steel blue color it brings to container arrangements that immediately elevates the visual sophistication and the contemporary design appeal of any front yard display it is part of. At number 10, we have Sedum Autumn Joy, also known as stonecrop. Closing out our list of 10 decorative container perennials to plant in July. At number 10, we have Sedum Autumn Joy, and it is a genuinely perfect plant to close this list with, because it brings a quality of late-season elegance and sophisticated ornamental beauty to front yard containers that rounds out the seasonal coverage of today's list and ensures that your front yard looks impressive, not just through the height of summer, but right through the entire fall season and beyond. Sedum Autumn Joy is an upright, succulent perennial that develops through a beautifully staged sequence of ornamental phases throughout the growing season. In late summer and early fall, it produces large, flat-topped flower heads in beautiful shades of dusty pink that gradually deepen to rich rose and then to a stunning deep coppery bronze as the season progresses, creating a color progression of extraordinary beauty that changes and evolves in the most appealing way over many weeks. The thick, fleshy, succulent leaves of Sedum Autumn Joy are themselves highly ornamental throughout the growing season, with a bold structural quality that gives them an inherently sophisticated appearance in containers, and the overall plant form has a natural tidiness and compactness that makes it look perfectly suited to container growing without any need for pruning, staking, or special maintenance to keep it looking its best. Sedum is also one of the most drought-tolerant container plants in existence, making it genuinely perfect for the hot, dry conditions of midsummer front yard container gardening, where other less resilient plants might struggle and decline during the most intense weeks of July and August. Plant Sedum Autumn Joy in large matching containers at your front yard this July, and you will have a front yard display that looks beautiful and impressive right through to the final days of the gardening season, and even beyond, as the dried flower heads provide beautiful winter structure and interest long after the fresh blooms have faded. The key benefit of Sedum Autumn Joy as a front yard container perennial is its extraordinary multi-season ornamental progression, from fresh summer foliage through beautiful late-season flowers to stunning dried winter structure, combined with exceptional drought tolerance and virtually zero maintenance requirements that make it one of the most reliably impressive and most effortlessly beautiful front yard container perennials available to plant this July. And there you have it, 10 decorative container perennials to plant this July that are going to transform your front yard into something that looks genuinely expensive, genuinely impressive, and genuinely designed with care and intention. From the instantly designer-quality foliage of Heuchera to the multi-season elegance of Sedum Autumn Joy, every single plant on today's list has been chosen because it brings something truly special and truly valuable to the visual quality of your front yard, and because it does so with a level of ornamental sophistication that communicates quality and attention to detail to every person who sees your home from the street. Your front yard is your home's most public face, and with these 10 incredible container perennials, it is going to be making the most beautiful and most impressive statement it has ever made. Thank you so much for watching today's video, all the way through to the end. Your time and your support mean everything to me and to this channel. If today's video inspired you and showed you exactly how to make your front yard look more expensive with the right container perennials, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with a friend or neighbor who wants to transform the look of their home exterior this July. Subscribe to this channel and tap that bell icon so you never miss any of our upcoming front yard design, container gardening, and plant inspiration videos, because we have so much more incredible content coming your way very soon. Every video we create is made with genuine passion and with your home and garden's beauty in mind, and we cannot wait to bring you more. Thank you again for being here, for being part of this wonderful community, and for your incredible ongoing support. I appreciate every single one of you more than words can say, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, get those containers planted this July, place them proudly at your front yard, and enjoy every single compliment and admiring glance that comes your way as your home starts looking more beautiful and more expensive than it ever has before.